Welcome to the J. Scott Outdoors podcast. Today I have Brandon Evans and Trail Kreitzer from goHUNT.com, and we're going to be talking about some new great things going on at goHUNT.com. Guys, how you doing?
Good. Doing good. How are you, Jay?
Good. I guess first and foremost, since the last time we talked, have any tags been drawn or have any plans been made for this fall season coming up?
Do you want to run out with that, Brandon? Why don't you take the lead?
Yeah, I think we both have quite a few tags in our pockets, believe it or not. Shoot, where do I even start? I've got a general deer tag with my wife here in Utah. I've got a deer tag in Colorado that I'm going to be hunting archery, backpack style. I've got a first season elk tag in Colorado, another backpack style, an over-the-counter archery elk tag in Idaho. And then my dad finally drew a limited entry muzzleloader elk tag here in Utah. And my sister-in-law has a boulder archery elk tag here in Utah as well. So I've got a pretty full fall. It's going to be
I'd say so.
But
yeah, I've had a little luck too. I actually drew another archery elk tag in New Mexico, so I was pretty lucky that way. I drew a general season elk tag in Wyoming, so I'll probably end up going to New Mexico to hunt bull elk during the rut, and then just immediately jump in my truck and head north to Wyoming and hunt the last few days of September up there. I've got a general season, dedicated hunter deer tag here in Utah on my favorite unit, and booked a trip to go back to Kodiak Island to bow hunt Sitka blacktail. And then kind of the big shocker, my wife actually drew a Boulder late season rifle bull tag with 0 points.
Oh,
so
wow.
She actually finished Hunter's Ed 5 days before the deadline, and I just applied her. She's had some interest, a little bit of interest in hunting, and I just thought I'd apply her and maybe build some points, and she drew that with less than a 1% chance. So she's pretty excited. I'm pretty excited, and it'll be a fun fall for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like it. A couple questions for you, Trail. First, that Boulder elk tag, that late season, how many permits roughly are there on that hunt?
I want to say there was about 18 total.
So with 18 permits on that late hunt, the Boulder being a pretty thick, kind of gnarly, nasty unit, I mean, from a strategy standpoint or a tactical standpoint of, doing your scouting and such, are you going to be focused on those? It's so thick. I mean, I don't even know where to start on the Boulder with the late season tag. Are you going to be focused, on those, deep dark canyons where you can glass across, but where those elk are kind of going to, probably where you find one bull, you're going to find a bunch.
Sure. Yeah. No. Luckily, I grew up in Annalee there, so right at the base of the Boulder there on the west side. So I know that unit fairly well. I don't know the east side as well, but I've got some little honey holes that I know bulls will pull into. They've done some habitat work towards the northwest side of that unit that I think could be good. I haven't checked it out, but I think that could produce. And then I know a bunch of those bulls pull off into that sands country to the east side, and it could be pretty tough, hunting. It's going to be covering ground and really putting your optics to work. And you're right, it is thick, and it's not going to be the easiest hunt. The good thing I have going for me is that there's a pretty good population and a good bull to cow ratio, and there's plenty of good bulls up there. So I think it's going to be a matter of just being patient and doing the legwork and hopefully turn up a good bull for her. The good thing about this tag is I was thinking, my wife, she's never hunted before. I thought, man, this is a gimme. She'll, any nice 6-point will do. But she's turned into a bit of a monster since she did the permit.
She's a trophy hunter now. I love it.
She wants a big bull.
Well, and she's got a great tag for that. How much anticipation of broken antlers do you see there on that hunt, or do you think that the late season? Do you think their antlers will still be pretty well intact?
There's always a possibility of a few of those bigger bulls being busted up, but it seems like every year I see a fair number of bulls that get harvested that are 350 plus bulls that aren't too bad. They may have a chip point here or there, but for the most part, it seems like we can get by with finding some unbroken bulls. So hoping to find a big one that's just a real pretty bull, unbusted.
For sure. One thing, those Boulder bulls seems like they have beautiful dark antlers. I love the color. A lot of those Utah bulls, I love the color of their antlers, but specifically the Boulder.
They do.
They have that dark, just beautiful antler, and well, I wish you guys the best of success on that. And then a follow-up question would be, so it sounds like you have 2 elk tags, one in New Mexico and one in Wyoming. My question is, do the season dates overlap where you were forced to choose one hunt over the other as far as this is my primary hunt, and then if I get any more time in, or does the Wyoming tag allow for you to hunt during the rut, but also if you don't kill, maybe during a later season date?
Yeah, luckily that Wyoming general season tag's a type 1 tag, so you can bow hunt during the bow hunt when their season's open. The seasons do overlap during the bow hunt there, and New Mexico, that tag's good through the 15th through the 24th and kind of the heart of the rut, so that's where I'm going to focus my time during those dates. And I'm hoping to cruise on up to Wyoming, and they'll still be rutting pretty good, I would think, that last week of September. And then, yeah, if I'm unsuccessful, I can always go back with a rifle and hunt during the rifle hunt up there in October. So plenty of time to fill both tags, I think.
Okay, well, good. And then, Brandon, you said you were going to hunt Colorado, do a archery high country hunt, both for deer and for elk. Is that right?
Just for deer on the archery side. I found a couple units that I could draw as a second choice for that first season rifle.
Okay.
And one of them happens to be a place that I've hunted deer before with a bow and arrow, and so I've always seen bulls in there. I never really paid much attention to the draw odds or how easy some of those first seasons are to draw, and so I figured I'd give it a whirl this year. Nothing else going on in the middle of October, so.
Yeah, so what are your dates for that, roughly?
It's October 14th to the 18th, so it's only a 5-day season.
5-day season, and that's a bow hunt?
That's a rifle hunt.
Rifle. Are you going to use a rifle or a bow?
I'm probably going to take a rifle in there. I'm going to try and give myself every advantage I can get.
Sounds good. Well, you guys got a lot on your plate. Got a lot of great hunts to be looking forward to. Today I wanted to talk about the goHUNT.com store, and I noticed that on the website that the goHUNT store is live, and I just wanted to have a conversation with you guys to tell the listeners what's going on there at goHUNT and talk about this goHUNT gear shop and some of the hand-picked, field-tested gear that's looks like's on the site. And so I'll open it up to either one of you to kind of give me a background on the reason for the store. I have a feeling it's going to be a great added value for the insider members. But which one of you wants to kind of talk about the store and how it's been created?
I'll kind of jump in there, Jay. Insider is kind of our bread and butter. That's, we feel it adds an incredible value to the hunting community with our filtering 2.0, with draw odds, unit profiles, all of that. And we're always trying to find a way to give, value to our members. And so, we've produced a couple of gear list articles, and those have been really well received. And they always, generate a ton of questions on, what particular gear, why do we pick that choice, where can we get it, what are a few other options, if I can't afford that type of equipment, or just different things that have always been kind of that gear related. It seems that, Western hunters are gear junkies. They're always, playing with their stuff and just trying to tweak their kits and just make a better experience in the backcountry. And so what we've done is kind of compiled what we all use in the office, threw it into a store, and then to add value to our customers, we created a custom point system, a point system that's never really been out there. So for every item that you purchase, there's points associated with that item, and it's basically the margin that a normal retail store would make their money on. We're giving that back in points, and 1 point equals $1. And so one thing that I'm real excited about in the store is a Mystery Ranch backpack. They've got a fixed price. You can't buy them on sale. They're in fairly high demand. and they're about $600 for the backpack. And so you can buy that backpack, get 50 plus points back, which equals $50. You could put that towards your backpacking food. You could put that towards, a bino harness or different things. And so, it's something that we feel like it's going to add a ton of value to our membership. So.
Yeah, we were kind of wanting to take an approach where we tried to carry specialized type gear. We didn't want to be like a box store, maybe like a Cabela's or Sportsman's Warehouse where we have absolutely everything under the sun. We wanted to take a real selective look at equipment and gear and try to carry things that we that we really like, things that we think would be good for anybody that's just starting into Western hunting. So, yeah, I mean, our selection, we feel like it's going to be slimmed down a little bit, from maybe what some of the other sites are carrying, but we feel like it's good stuff. We feel like it's the stuff that's going to work for people.
In other words, that stuff is handpicked, stuff that you guys have used and you feel that is value for other people. And it's crazy, we live in such an amazing world today where there's so much information available, there's so much products available. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to choose. Say you're looking at headlamps, or you're looking at trekking poles, or you're looking at there's endless amounts of information out there of choices. But what you're saying is you guys have kind of taken a look at your specific kits throughout the guys in the office, and you're working on and will continue to update the store and what have you with new products and stuff that you're going to be using. Is that what I'm getting? Rather than just carrying all of the products, you're going to kind of carry products that you guys already believe and trust in.
Yeah, absolutely. And the good thing about our office, the staff, I mean, we have everything from interns that are new to hunting, that are just kind of starting, to guys that have been hunting for a number of years. I started kind of backpack hunting, in the early 2000s. So, I've got some years under my belt, and we're all at different places as far as our setups go. But yeah, I mean, we've got everything, from the guy that's looking for the best of the best to somebody that's maybe on a budget that's looking for the best case, the best piece of equipment for them to get going, get started. But yeah, I think you hit it spot on. I mean, that's what we're trying to do, is we're trying to give people out there that are, looking for new gear, new equipment, kind of a leg up, a place to start.
And it's not like the selection isn't great, because even within our office, we have a ton of different opinions on what is the best, if you will. It was interesting when we first started this idea, we all got together in our conference room and started talking about gear lists and what we use. And there was a moment that stood out that, we were talking with Brady, and I'm a comfort guy. I want to sleep well and I want to eat well when I'm in the backcountry. I'll pack extra food. I pack Skittles.
Well, Brady doesn't sleep. Brady doesn't sleep. So
and that's the thing is,
he sleeps on a rock, and he actually never closes his eyes. So.
No.
That's we went back and forth, and I want to carry like a 2.5-inch thick sleeping pad, so I sleep well. And he carries this skeletonized. It's a Climate. We carry it in the store. It weighs like 6 ounces, and it was funny. We reviewed our gear list, and he packs a heavier backpack than I do, and he is so minimalist on his equipment. We started going through it, and he cuts ounces on everything he can. I mean, just everything.
Yeah, so he can carry his 12-pound camera and his.
I mean,
that's the beauty of it, though. Everybody has their own priorities of, like, they'll cut here to gain here, or and I'm picking on Brady because he's my friend, but it's one of those things that everybody has a different priority, and if his priority is he needs to cut weight so he can carry all of his camera gear, to capture those great images and what have you, I think that's awesome. But it shows diversity as well.
Yep, and that's what we try to incorporate in the store. So we carry his sleeping pad, that weighs 6 ounces, and then we also carry the one that I use that weighs, just over a pound, but I can sleep comfortably on it. And so the selection is out there, but we just took what has worked for each of us. And so that's the great thing about the store, is it gives you options. If you're that guy that wants to shave every ounce off, you can. We've got that for you too. But if you're a guy that wants comfort, still concerned about lightweight, but you want to live comfortably back there, we've got that for you as well. So.
And just to be clear, so explain how this works. Can people that are not insider members, can they still order at the store? Can they still shop at the store? And then insider members, is there any additional cost that they will incur, or is it simply they buy product through the goHUNT store and then they simply get reward points, store credit back for purchasing that product through the goHUNT.com gear shop?
Yeah, so you do have to be an insider to build points. You don't have to be an insider to purchase products through the store, but you just wouldn't build the points. So there's that added incentive to be an insider. Once you join up, you'll be able to build those points, and it's essentially just putting money towards future purchases. I mean, 1 point's $1, and you can build up as many points as you want. We've got an example there on the homepage. You buy a Mystery Ranch backpack, you buy a sleeping bag. I mean, we're basically going to give you the sleeping pad free in points if you're an insider. So, yeah, we're just trying to give our insiders an incentive, to shop with us, and then also, a bonus for being an insider.
Yeah, your question would be, is there any extra cost incurred? Absolutely not. Our membership has been a fixed rate since we launched this thing. And with any of the enhancements that we make to Insider, we haven't ever felt that we wanted to increase the cost of it. We just wanted to continue to add value to our members. And so, on the Insider side, as we add states, as we add a draw, as we work on that, we didn't, increase the fee. And with the launch of the store, we wouldn't do that to our members either. So.
Okay, and so then every product that is purchased through the goHUNT store, you're going to get reward points for, or store credit, and you'll automatically, correct me if I'm wrong, you will automatically, as soon as you purchase, those points will be updated to your account. So there's no time delay that you have to wait for those points and then you can't use them for certain dates. You can immediately turn around and buy something and use those points that you've acquired, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. You can use those straight away. Those are your points. The other cool thing about it is that during the checkout process, you can actually choose the number of points that you want to use towards a product. There's all kinds of flexibility there. So yeah, it's a pretty seamless process. Use those for whatever you want.
Okay, and also from a shipping standpoint, I know when people purchase things online, they often think they get a great purchase price on something, but then they don't realize how much it's going to cost to ship. I understand shipping is free when you're an insider member, as well as anybody purchasing from the store. It's free shipping. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. Free shipping for sure. We just everybody hates paying shipping, right? So it's just easier for us. It's better for our members, and it's just something that we wanted to do. We were pretty hard set on that. So everything's free shipping for sure.
Yeah, I think Chris made a comment. We were talking about that shipping. I think Chris made a comment that he's like, shipping's like kissing your mom. It's just gross.
Yeah.
That would be something Chris would say.
Right.
But I also want to make a point too that when people call up, they're going to call up and they're going to get someone on the phone that has never hunted, that has never been in the backcountry, and so when they call the goHUNT, guys at the store, they're going to get people that have never done it, right? I mean, these are people that have no experience, and they answer the phone and hello, and they're going to get someone on the line that has not done a backcountry mule deer hunt or a mountain goat hunt or a Sitka blacktail hunt. They're going to get some just completely person that doesn't even know anything about the gear, right?
No, if if they call in, and there's actually two ways. I mean, if you're at work and you got a few spare minutes, but you can't necessarily make a phone call, we have a chat feature on the store, so you can hit me up on chat and talk to me online, and I can answer any gear related questions that you have. And then the other way is you can call, and when you call in, you're either going to get me or Seth or potentially Brandon or even Brady if he's got the time. He's a pretty busy guy, but you're going to get a chance to talk to one of us, and we've been there and done it. I was a college kid once and started out with the bare minimums, and kind of built and refined my system over years. So I can definitely help people out no matter what level they're coming in at. If they've been hunting for a bunch of years, hopefully whoever it is, we can swap stories and swap some ideas, and maybe I can help them out. But if you're just starting out, I can definitely help you out too.
Okay, so from my perspective, looking at this, not only are you going to be able to buy products, and a lot of products, some and most products that you would already be buying, you're going to get reward points back, store credit back, but then also you're going to have the option and the availability to call up and ask someone that is very experienced. Obviously, I was being facetious earlier, sure. But you're going to have hands-on people that can explain to you your different options. And what you're saying, Trail, is you've been the guy that's had to scrimp and maybe didn't have the best gear, but you had, for the money, you had the best gear that you could afford at the time, and you've seen all the different spectrums of getting by with as good as you could get at the time, and there's a lot of consumers out there, and then there's consumers out there that they want to buy the absolute best, highest quality product that there is. So what you're saying is you are there to help people make decisions based on their own individual needs and their own level of economic status and what have you, correct?
For sure, yeah. And even down to the individual products on the page. I mean, if you go into our store and you look at the individual spec sheets, I mean, those were specs that I went through and worked with the rest of the team to kind of develop, and you'll kind of see how those are represented. But like usually we start out with weight. I mean, weight is something that we're all concerned with. We wanted to really tailor our descriptions and our specs to hunters. Yeah, I mean, I can definitely answer your questions about, products. Something that I get asked pretty regularly is, if you had, what are the most important pieces to spend your money on? If I had $1,000, this is my current setup, where would you spend that money? And I can point people in the right direction based on, kind of what their goals and their objectives are. I've definitely, made some mistakes, and I've made some good decisions in equipment purchases, and those are things that I can pass on to our members for sure.
Yeah. Good stuff. Do one of you guys want to kind of dive into some of the different products or different categories and such of the what you guys are going to be carrying at the goHUNT Gear Shop?
Yeah, I think we both have kind of our own little pieces that are our favorite pieces. I mentioned earlier Mystery Ranch. I've been a big fan of them for a long time. But another one that Trail brought on, I'm going to steal one of his, and it's new to me that I'm going to be running this year, is a marsupial bino pack. I don't know if you've seen that marsupial gear, bino harness, and rangefinder pack, but that's something that we brought in. That's one of those things that there's just so many of them out there, different ones, that work, don't work, and this is the one that seems to fit for kind of our little style in the office. A backcountry bow hunter, a guy that's, using his binoculars and timber, wants a functional bino harness. That's one that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, we've had a bunch of conversations about bino harnesses. I always get hung up on, the bino harnesses that you can't load with one hand, because I always have a bow in my other hand. So it's always been kind of a pet peeve of mine if I can't, backload my binoculars with one hand. And when I saw marsupial in their design, they've got a magnet there on the front that you can actually flip that lid open and keep it open, and it's easy one-hand operation. When I saw that, I had to have one, and we were fortunate enough that those guys are willing to work with us and come on, and we've got them in the store. So that's a great piece of gear. We've got other options for bino harnesses. We've been working with another company called Outdoor Vision, which I think we're going to be able to bring them on, and they make a cool little bino harness and rangefinder pack too. One of the pieces that I would say that I really like is a Garmin InReach Explorer. I used that last year in Alaska. Took it to New Mexico with me. It's a really handy little GPS satellite communication system. So you can text and receive messages when you're out in the backcountry, no cell phone service. It's got SOS features, so that's a pretty cool little product that I really like. And the Explorer version that we have there in the store also functions as a GPS. So you can basically, kill two birds with one stone. You can, keep in touch with your family, and you can also use it for navigation. So that's a pretty cool piece that I'm excited about.
Well, good. And can one of you go through the different categories as far as what you are offering? I mean, like packs, knives, and maybe not specifically every piece, but just give the listeners, obviously the listeners are going to have to go check it out, which, by the way, they can do that at shop.gohunt.com and check out the store. But just kind of go through the different categories, and if you want to highlight some products, that's great too.
Sure. Yeah, if you jump on our website, gohunt.com, you'll see right there we've always kind of had a shop header, but that's going to function as our gear shop now. If you click on it, you'll actually see that there's a subheader there with our main categories. You're going to see optics, gear, archery, camping, apparel, and then you're also going to have an opportunity to cruise the website, cruise the store by brand. We're big on filters, as you know, so filtering 2.0 is a big one for us. We're huge on filters. If you click on the optics link, you're going to see the options to filter down for optics. We're going to carry binoculars, spotting scopes, rifle scopes, rangefinders. You're also going to see tripods and accessories. The gear shop, you're going to see anything from packs, knives, headlamps, electronics, trail cameras, game bags, anything that would kind of fit in that gear category. Archery is, pretty self-explanatory. You're going to see quivers and broadheads. We have a really good broadhead selection. Rests, releases. And then over on the camping, you're going to see the type of stuff you'd expect. You're going to see sleeping bags, sleeping pads, all that stuff that you're going to need for your sleep system. And then also, camp kitchen, that type of stuff, hydration. And then even over to apparel, if you guys jump on apparel, you're going to see that we're carrying some new T-shirts, just our goHUNT brand T-shirts, and then we're also carrying Piranha pants, so the Zioneer and also the Stretch Zion, which are kind of a technical, lightweight, really breathable, stretchy, great hunting, great hiking pant that we've kind of brought on into maybe a lot of people that aren't aware of Piranha. I'm a personal fan of those. I've worn those for probably the last 2 or 3 years, and I would say probably 6 days out of 7, except for Sunday when I'm in a suit, I'm wearing Piranha pants. So, but yeah,
you've got about everybody in the office wearing Piranha pants. So.
Yeah. Yep. So that's kind of how it works. It's pretty self-explanatory once you jump on.
For sure. And will there be new gear being added to? I mean, is this it for the whole year, or I mean, I say it as if this is it. Looking here, and there's just tons of manufacturers on here. But are you guys going to continue to add things as they come up and such?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's you talk about hunters being gear junkies. We're always trying to find that, next stove that'll shave another ounce, or that next, sleep system that'll put us sub 3 pounds for the whole system. And so, yeah, definitely, we're going to be, during this season, we're definitely going to be trying new gear out this year. New models, maybe just some different models, and seeing what we can improve on, what else is out there. And if we find something that we really like, we're definitely going to try and get it added to the gear list. I know that Seth is working with a few different manufacturers right now that aren't on the store. And so he's going to be bringing on new product. And as far as I'm aware of, I think it'll continue to change and evolve just like the Insider product has. And so I think it's just going to get better with time. So yeah,
I would say absolutely you're going to see a new product. There's 2 or 3 of us that have our tickets booked to the Outdoor Retailer Show this summer. We're going to get a chance to talk to those manufacturers firsthand and place orders and look at the new stuff. So, yeah, I mean, there's a good selection now. I feel like it's only going to get better.
And let's talk about when people place orders. Is that going to be drop shipped, or do you guys actually hold the inventory in-house? And talk a little bit about, with the free shipping, is there an expeditious process where if somebody orders, someone's going to fill the order right away, or how is it going to work to deliver those orders?
Yeah, we're going to do everything in-house. I don't know if, your listeners have had a chance to see any of the off-season episodes and kind of see the progression of goHUNT and see us moving into a new office and a warehouse. But, yeah, we've got a full warehouse. We've got a great guy that we hired out of Vegas. His name's Gabe. That's our warehouse manager, and he's going to end up boxing and shipping your stuff. So, we're going to expedite that. They'll go out every day. Typically 3 to 4 days, we're going to ship U.S. priority shipping. And, you should get your stuff, 3 to 4 days, potentially 5 to 7 maybe if we're shipping clear to the East Coast or something like that. But, yeah, we're going to do everything in-house. We're going to have it right on hand so that we can get our hands on it and look at it and process those orders ourselves.
Okay. And then, Trail, your actual job title, or your are you specifically going to be working in the store and the gear shop? I mean, is that kind of your baby as far as overseeing orders getting out and trying to talk to customers and what have you?
I'm kind of a 50-50 split. My job title is I work on the back end, kind of helping select and kind of develop our list, looking at the stuff that we're going to carry. Also handling customer calls, guys that have questions about gear, questions about the store, that kind of thing. And then we have a guy named Seth Webb out of our office there in Las Vegas, and he's going to oversee inventory, oversee the shipping and the actual warehouse itself. So he'll be down there in Vegas. And then the other half of my job is I'm going to continue to work with Brandon and work with the Insider, help improve that product. So I'm kind of maybe a utility player, I guess.
Well, that's good stuff.
I'm just too selfish to let him go completely to the store. He knows too much about hunting the West to have him just work in the store. So that's my little selfish.
What I want to know, Brandon, is with Trail and with Brady, I saw on social media today on Instagram posting "Bring Your Bow to Work Day." How does someone go by every once in a while and just check in and make sure that they're not tuning their arrows and shooting the broadhead target across the hall, and how does it become not a combat sport down there?
It may turn into one. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's just product research. So I mean, they're basically working.
I liked that post when I saw that on Instagram. Bring your bow to work.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
I was just going to say we're lucky here in Cedar that we've got a great range up the canyon. So every morning from 7 to 8:30, I'm up in the canyon shooting my bow, and I kind of baby them, so I don't leave them in the truck by themselves when the weather gets hot. So I have to bring them in. So bring your bow to work day.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so just to be clear, goHUNT Insider members, they can go and order stuff through the store. They can purchase. They get free shipping. They get great technical support. And you guys carry everything in-house, so you're going to be shipping the stuff. And they can gain reward points, store credit, insider points, whatever you want to call it. But in essence, as soon as they order something, they're going to immediately get points updated, so they'll see right there when they log into their account how many points they have accrued. And with those points that get accrued, then they can keep buying stuff till they have enough points accrued to get a free product, and as soon as they do, they can immediately use those points to get a free product, or they can say take 60 of my points and put it towards the purchase, and then the rest I'm going to pay for, on my credit card. Is that right?
Yeah, you hit it spot on. Yep, that's exactly it. It's a pretty dynamic point system. We've had some great feedback already from guys that have overseen other stores, online e-commerce, and those guys are pretty excited and impressed about the point system. So yeah, it's a pretty seamless catch-all. It's awesome. I think our members are really going to like it.
And one thing I might add to the listeners is you are going to get a $50 goHUNT Gear Shop store credit. So if you use the JScott promo code, so when you sign up for an insider membership, you're going to get a $50 goHUNT Gear Shop store credit automatically credited to you. So you immediately have dollars to spend at the store. And I want to thank goHUNT. I want to thank Lorenzo Sartini and his crew for giving that credit, because I think it's a big thing. And guys, did we miss anything on talking about this store that you think needs to be added? And I just want to thank goHUNT for letting me be a sponsor of my podcast, but then giving the $50 goHUNT Gear Shop credit just for signing up, being an insider member.
No, I think we covered it. One thing we're always receptive to feedback. We love hearing from our members or hearing, what we could do better or what we could add to it. And it goes with the store as well. If you're on there and see something or have an idea that you'd like to see us try and add, shoot us an email or give us a call. We love to hear from our members. So.
Good.
So, is there any piece of gear you're excited about this year, Jay? Anything you added to your system?
I think as you guys have known, I'm excited about the Swarovski BTX.
Sure.
I had purchased the Swarovski twin spotters and had used those for several months, and then of course they came out with the Swarovski BTX, and I have both, and I've been playing with both, so that's something I'm excited about.
Yeah. Have you been able to add that doubler in there?
I haven't got my hands on the 1.7 magnifier yet, but I can tell you that I think in good light situations, I think it's going to be a real added bonus for like that 65 millimeter BTX.
Yep.
It's a 30 power, and I think with the 1.7 it takes it to 51 power fixed. I think that's going to be an incredible feature. I wonder how much the low light, is going to affect that. Until I get it in my hands and try it out, I'm not going to know. But specifically the BTX being able to, I sold my Koas because of you got a 4.14 pound compared to a 14 pound Koa. Or if you go with the 95 millimeter BTX, you've got a 6.5 pound difference, or 6.5 pound to 14, so you're another 8 pound savings, but plus the tripod. With the BTX, I think having the ability to use the regular tripod that I use for my 10s or my 15s is huge, and you're saving 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds just in tripod as well.
Yeah,
sure. Yeah, that's crazy. It's crazy how progressive and how stuff just keeps getting better and lighter and stronger, and that's one I've definitely been interested in too. I'll be interested to hear how your season goes with it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's one of those things. Like I said before, I mean, it's a great time to be a hunter and be an outdoorsman like we all are, and what we love is because the gear is just getting better and better, and it's nice to see a bunch of available gear here at the goHUNT Gear Shop, and you guys are constantly trying to add value for your insider members, and it's one of those things that by giving that money back to the insider members by in the store credit, I think that's a huge deal for value for them, on top of what you guys are already doing with the insider program and with the filtering 2.0 and all the harvest data and all the statistics and strategy articles that you guys already provide. It's pretty awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Sounds good. Well, I'm going to be anxious to see you guys how you do this fall, and sounds like you've got some great hunts in front of you, and I know you guys are preparing this summer for those hunts, and as we all are, I've got a goat hunt in Alaska that I just hiked down the Gunnison Gorge with some young guys, some 20-year-olds yesterday, packing our boats and everything down there. I got muscles in my body that I didn't even know I had that are sore. I mean, it's just, I got up this morning, my wife looks at me and she's like, looks like you're 80 years old. And it took me about 25 minutes in my exercise this morning to just even, feel like I was in my 40s again. So.
And that's it. It's the recovery time, isn't it? You feel like you can do it, and you can, but man, you sure don't recover like you used to.
Yeah, that's for sure. It was a good time. We caught some nice fish, and I learned a lot. And it was some gnarly waves down there in the canyon. But yeah, it's summer's clicking along here, guys. I appreciate you guys spending time with us here, and just want to give you one more chance here to let the listeners know how they can find you guys, how they can reach you guys, and anything else there.
Yeah, so you can find just the homepage, the goHUNT homepage at www.gohunt.com. You can follow me on Instagram at TrailK11. I'm not a very active Facebooker, so you can follow me there, but I'm not too active.
Brando?
I'm not on Facebook. I guess I need to one of these days, but I'm on Instagram. My handle's just Hunt Brando Hunt. So
awesome. Well, guys, wish you the best with the store, and be anxious to see how you do on these hunts, and best of luck to you. Okay?
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Thanks for having us on.
Yep.
Guys, thanks for listening to the Jay Scott Outdoors podcast. That was a great episode with the guys from goHUNT.com. And I want to remind you that if you sign up for GoHunt Insider and you use the Jay Scott promo code, you're going to get a $50 GoHunt store credit for the gear shop automatically when you sign up. I want to thank goHUNT.com Insider for their title sponsorship of this podcast. I also want to thank KUIU Ultralight Hunting, Phonescope.com, and the Outdoorsmans.com for their sponsorship. And you can check the show notes of this podcast episode to see the different discounts with the sponsors. And I want to remind you also that if you would like to send any comments, any questions, anything, please do either on Instagram direct message or on my email at jscottoutdoors@gmail.com. I love hearing from you guys. I love seeing your success stories. I love hearing about the tags that you've drawn. And you can follow along our adventures at jscottoutdoors, my associate Dar Colburn at Dar Colburn, our website colburn&scottoutfitters.com, also jscottoutdoors.com. Guys, thanks for supporting my podcast so much, and thanks for all the loyal listeners out there. I just really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, God bless.